Jack the Ripper, one of the most infamous serial killers in history, terrorized the Whitechapel district of London in 1888. Known for his gruesome murders of at least 5 women, his true identity remains unknown. The Ripper's brutal methods, involving the disembowelment of his victims, shocked the public and led to widespread panic. Despite numerous suspects and theories, Jack the Ripper's case remains unsolved, continuing to fascinate and horrify people to this day. Ted Bundy was an American serial killer who kidnapped, raped, and murdered numerous young women during the 1970s. Known for his charm and good looks, Bundy used his charisma to lure his victims. His killing spree spanned several states, and he confessed to 30 homicides, although the actual number of his victims is believed to be higher. Bundy's trial was a media sensation, and he was executed in the electric chair in 1989, leaving behind a legacy of horror. Jeffrey Dahmer, also known as the Milwaukee Cannibal, was an American serial killer who murdered 17 men and boys between 1978 and 1991. Dahmer's crimes involved rape, dismemberment, necrophilia, and cannibalism. He lured his victims to his apartment, where he committed his horrific acts. Dahmer was finally caught in 1991 when one of his intended victims escaped and alerted the police. He was sentenced to 15 consecutive life terms, but was killed by a fellow inmate in 1994. Aileen Wuornos was an American serial killer who murdered 7 men between 1989 and 1990. She claimed that her victims had either raped or attempted to rape her while she was working as a prostitute. Wuornos was arrested in 1991, and her trial received significant media attention. She was convicted of 6 of the murders and sentenced to death. Wuornos was executed by lethal injection in 2002, and her life inspired several movies and documentaries. John Wayne Gacy, known as the Killer Clown, was an American serial killer and sex offender who murdered at least 33 young men and boys in the 1970s. Gacy often performed at children's parties as Pogo the Clown, which added to the horror of his crimes. He lured his victims to his home, where he raped and murdered them, burying many of the bodies in the crawl space under his house. Gacy was arrested in 1978 and sentenced to death, being executed by lethal injection in 1994.